Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm trying not to catch other people. It's just not going to be possible today. I went out today and I was thinking of the law of attraction and instant manifestation, and I'm at a car dealer and I test drove a ton of different cars before I decided on the one that I bought. And I'm going to show you one now, and just to get some feedback. But this is it's very nice. It's pretty badass. Newer model, just this year, and I was out running errands. I had to get some food, had to drop some stuff off, and I thought I'd stop by and follow up and just isolate down the car. That is the moment that I have the spending cash to buy, and here it is. So I test drove this. I went pretty far. I went far on the freeway normally than they would let you, but the salesperson's really cool, and we talked for a while. So this is kind of the direction that I'm going. I think what I'll do as far as instant manifestation for some cash, I will give the car that I have to a family that would need it, that needs to get from A to B. And that's the idea, and that's the manifestation and the ideas that I have in hand. This idea to go to California is moving forward as of today. The other person that was curious to either get an RV or go to California, and live in the beach cities for a little while, has made their decision, and we just need to hash out details and see what makes the most sense. And so I think the camper RV would be really fun and interesting. You could use something like this as a tow car. You could use the car that I have now as a tow car and go different places. But it's always nice to be in a fixed location and have people come to you. And there's been a discussion to set up like a first contact meetup group or a contact meetup group, and in the LA and the California, like in the South Bay and the beach cities, and attract other people that are interested in those types of topics. So there's lots of cool things moving forward. I'll keep you informed of that. I'm going to go and finish doing my running around. I think I'm going to string all these videos together, so you basically get a day with Glenn and I'm running around. Thank you very much for joining me. This is Glenn TV, and I will report back shortly. I'm going to try to do a video in the car while I'm driving and see how that works. Like, I don't know if the orientation of how the camera will be held will affect that or what have you, but that's the next idea. Man down. So I got to get a better little holder for this thing. In any case, thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to do this one. It's a little safer. As you can see, I am driving. Stop sign, construction. That's all there is in Vegas is, dude, that's all there is in Vegas is construction. They are building so many new houses. It is just insane, the population growth in this area. It's inexpensive. It's like 0.078%, 0.078, not 1%, like 0.078% for property taxes here. And there's no personal taxes, state taxes, and it's hot, it's dry, and all there is to do is gaming. Aside from the normal other things, there's rock climbing here. I was gonna stop by there and check that out. I might do that on the way back. I just literally passed it right when I was doing a video. It's right there. So I'm gonna drive. This is getting to a busy area, and I will connect with you again soon. Okay, I'm at Sunset Station, and well, Glenn, what are you doing at Sunset Station? Well, everybody has their vices. Some of it's alcohol, some of it's gambling, some of it's wine and the women, and well, mine's wine. Well, mine's women, but it's not necessarily wine. But I am here to pick up alcohol at the request of others. So here, let me explain. It's some people like to collect things and never use them because they're free. If you spend so much money either at any of the station casinos or at various and sundry other places, they give you free buffets and you get free alcohol and you get all these little different types of trinkets. So my mom plays on my card, and you know they have these contests like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you play like $5, you get entered into a contest. You can win instant prizes. You can win up to $10,000. All kinds of cool stuff goes on, and I've won some cool stuff doing that. But there's free alcohol today, and they knew I was going to be out, and they knew I was going to be just down the street. Sprouts is just down the street where I do my grocery shopping, and it's literally a block down the street. So it wasn't really any great inconvenience, but I was strongly encouraged to come by and get my bottle of free alcohol, which they stick in a box or in the closet. And over the last almost 2 years, they're everywhere. There's like, we have 50 bottles of wine, tons of bottles of alcohol, and we haven't opened any of them. I gave one away to a neighbor because they allowed me to give one away as a homecoming gift to one of the neighbors, to ask them some questions and try to get some information out of them. And that's the only time any of those bottles of alcohol have been used. So I'm here to retrieve my bottle of alcohol, and I might put $5 in a slot machine, and I have one like favorite one just because I'm here, and practice those Bashar exercises for synchronicity. The Cybo game would be really, really, really good to play and then come to the casino for synchronicity, because the whole point is to try to get the same type of result over and over again. And Daddy hits the jackpot, Daddy hits the jackpot, Daddy hits the jackpot would be a fantastic result to get over and over again. So in any case, that is why I'm here. I'm gonna run inside and get all that business done, but I just wanted to kind of tell you, like, this is a side trip for today, and it's kind of like satisfying a pack rat's need to have alcohol because it's valuable in some way and it's free. And you know, I'll grab a couple of those bottles when I go see friends in California that are heavy drinkers and bring them, but other than that, they're just gonna sit in there. So, but thank you for joining me. I'll be back soon. Okay, so I went inside, I grabbed my booze. Now, from what I remember, when I was actually a drinker, anything with honey is badass, so yum. But it's gonna stay in the bottle, not gonna be uncorked for a little while. This is probably going into the alcohol collection. I might grab this and stick it aside for a day that is going to be like when I see some friends in California or somebody comes out here. I did Casinos in Nevada hate you to record anything. And but I discreetly recorded a couple quick clips, as you probably saw previously, or I might put them in front of this video. And they were of my favorite machine, and just to give you a glimpse too as to how you could live in a casino, and especially in these little station casinos. As you probably saw, there's a cinema in there, there's food courts, buffet, higher-end restaurants, gaming. There's a bowling alley in there. You would not need to leave and go anywhere. You could literally, if you wanted to shut yourself inside and never see the light of day again, you could. There would be no absolute reason to leave. You can have everybody come visit you in the casino. I think that would be a fun experiment to stay for a month and to see if you could live in that environment. In any case, I hope you enjoyed that. It was, I spent $6 is $3 a shot to spin the wheel for progressive and all these other, you know, types of sub games that you have. I got $3 back, so I spent $3. And for doing that, I'll get buffets and other kinds of weird comps and alcohol. You know, you only have to do that a couple times a month, and they send you all kinds of rewards and offers because they know I wouldn't have spent $6 today if they hadn't given me some booze. And you know, again, I'm not a drinker. This is for the booze collectors in the house, which also do not drink. None of these bottles have been opened by any of us in a couple years. They're just collecting, and some of the bottles are, I have to say, are collector's bottles. I love glass bottles, and they're really nice, and they're great display bottles. But just because it's free doesn't mean you should have to come and get it. And that is kind of like, if I wasn't out today, I wouldn't have come to get it. But family members knew I was going to be a block away from Sunset Station. Like, did you know you have free booze today? Hint, hint. So I stopped by it to get it. Now I'm going to go finish the rest of my errands and not break this bottle. Ooh, and not break that bottle. And I think that's it. So I caught a couple shots inside. Again, they don't like you filming, so I did it as stealth as possible. Probably didn't look all that good, but I think you're able to see my slot machine, the one that I like. It's called Twin something. And it's pretty awesome because there's just so many different ways to win. And I like both of those games, and they have both of those games in one. So for $3, you get the $1 million progressive, and you have all these other sub games that come up as well. So I will see you soon. Hey boys and girls, it's Glenn Parker. How you doing? So, continuing this video, there's another strange thing that goes on in the desert. Free ice. So you get your groceries, you put them in the bag, and here's like an example, ice. You know, and it's not in a regular bag like the commercial, and this is not potable water, this is not drinkable, this is just free ice. And I don't know where the hell they get this from that's not potable, but you know, it's not fit for human consumption, but you can put it on your stuff. Like I got some eggs and whatnot, and I got some other stuff in here. I got the kefir and some chicken, and you know, you put your ice on there and it keeps it. But this is the first place I've been that I've lived in that you go to the grocery store and you get complimentary ice so that your shit doesn't go bad before you go home. It's like, that's another little quirk of being in the desert. I thought you might enjoy that. So the final leg of my trip on the way home, and I haven't had sushi in probably over a year, maybe longer, and Daddy loves sushi. When I lived in the beach cities and I'd go for a bike ride on the Strand and I'd come back, I'd buy like two twice as large as this and eat both of them. And I don't get the ones that have rice. Brown rice or white rice. I get them wrapped in cucumber. So you get some electrolytes, you're getting some vegetables, and you're getting your protein and your delicious sushi. Ooh, ah. I find like the unit of energy for the oils that are in the fish, uncooked especially, you get all the enzymatic properties. All the enzymes are still intact, so it is highly digestible. And the ATP unit of energy, like how much energy there is in per calorie, is way higher in like sushi than you would find in like a carb or a lot of other types of proteins like a steak or something like that. So it's just overall, I treated myself to something a little different today, out and about. Last leg of my trip, I thank you for joining me today. Running around doing errands. I'm gonna go home and do a ton of web design and get some things done. And you never know, I might do another video before the end of the day, or probably work on sewing this one together. Again, thank you for joining me, Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. You are watching Glenn TV. Sushi in hand, ready to go home. Down below in the description, there are tons of things going on. I would say to follow with your heart the link that feels good to you, and you will find the information that you wanted to find in this lifetime that was energetically in alignment with you. And if you do like this video, please do like, subscribe, and share. And soon, very soon, I get the impression Glenn TV might be in California in the beach cities. Yay!